Peace, family. Peace, peace. How we doing? How we doing? Oh, this angle is all off. What up? Where we feeling? All right, y'all know I can't see y'all in here, but let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. Peace, peace. Please like and share for anyone that you think would enjoy this live. I apologize for being a few minutes late. You know how I go. We getting things done. Let me know if you guys can hear me. We about to get started in a moment. Y'all let me know in the chat what we drinking, what we sipping on, por favor. I got me some kind of tea today. Brittany, what's up? Hi, Brittany. Peace, peace. Brittany is like consistently number one in the chat these days. I love it. Loud and clear. All right, bet. Mao, what's good, Melissa? How are you? Meek, what's good, gang? Good to see you guys. Holise, hey, support, welcome. All right, cool. Bahar, what's up? Glad you could make it. Bree, what's good? Hola, you hit me with the Spanish, huh? You went to Brazil one time. All of a sudden, you speak in different languages. Now I'm just playing. What's up, cuz? Obrigado. Peace. Oh, man. Y'all, we got a good one today. I'm going to give like another couple minutes. Let's just chop it up real quick, and then we'll get right into it. It's going to be a good one today. I promise you. They spoke Portuguese. Yeah, I know. That's why I said obrigado at the end. Just finished a big bowl of watermelon. Oh, watermelon. Oh, I need to re-up on my watermelon. I haven't gotten any watermelon this week, but I for damn sure will get some. Now that you mention it, maybe tomorrow. The Amish market, I get my seeded watermelon mostly from either H Mart, which is like a Korean market, or I go to what's that place called? The Amish market. Love that. Seeded watermelon, gotta do the seeded. Staying hydrated with these hot days that we're dealing with. It's hot as hell. I don't know where y'all at in the world. I'm in the DMV. It is hot out here. So I'm so grateful for the raid. T Arrow, what's up? Welcome back. Hi. All right, so what else we got? We got somebody I got sipping on the Kana. We got somebody with some watermelon. Absolutely delicious. Texas was 105. Jeez, oh my God. Yo, my prayers out to you. I'm not coming outside in 105 degrees. Hell no, that's crazy. I'm sitting here crying about the little 99 100. 105, that's wild. Oh yes, I need to get my drink. Yeah, get your drink. Y'all, you're going to need your notes today. Trust me on this. You're going to need your notes today. So please get your books, get your tings, get your pens, get your books, because we got some things to get into. Drinking some good old water. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Stay hydrated, especially when it's 105 out in places. Meek, you out there in beautiful sunny California where it's always sunny and always moderate weather, huh? Wishing I was over there. Shoot. Just popped in to say from SAU. Hey, LCMM. Welcome. Thank you, SAU fam. Thanks for pulling up. What you repping? Are you in a circle? Like, what group are you in? Let us know in the chat. Oh, love that. I love that all y'all know each other and stuff. This is great. It's hot, but we at least got a little breeze. Yeah, man. And you got the beach. You can just go to the beach whenever, right? Love that for you. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and get set up here because we have a lot to get into. Again, you guys will need some pens, some housekeeping items or some housekeeping things, y'all. To begin with, As we know, readings are live. So for those of you who have experienced a reading, big up yourself. For those of you who um, are who know about it, I do one-on-ones where we basically dive into you. We kind of figure out what you're here to do and figure out your soul's purpose. We use a combination of human design, astrology, um, your life path number, and my intuitive guidance. We connect with your spirit team and we get you on the right path to your greatness, and that's what this channel is about. That's what this podcast is about. And this is what I'm here to do. So, in my bio, I should have put the link in the description, which I usually do. I forgot to do today, so I'll add it later. But it's on my Instagram for those of you who jumped over from there or from SAU, jump on my Instagram. And you can do it there. It's at DJ Fresh 340 on Instagram. Link in the description. Book a session with me ASAP. Let's get you on the path to your greatest, highest divine life. It's a beautiful thing when you're doing it, when you're in alignment. And we're going to talk about that today. And we got some visuals for you to kind of help the message kind of seep in about being on your path. Oh, I love it. The chat is going, wow, let me catch up. Hold up. I feel like I'm missing out. Hold on. Fly high gang, you know the vibes. Fly high. Okay, 7 certification in the house. Facts. And Holly's, weren't you part of IC2 as well? Blue Vibrations. Hey, you know the vibes. Okay. Love that. Over here about to make some vitality. Ooh, listen, I had the oh my God, the Kalea Sakalatichi Chichichi. Last night, I was trying to purposely dream and it worked. Had a dream. Still am trying to figure out what the hell it meant, but I definitely had a dream. So shout out to the SAUTs. Them things don't play. When they talk about vibration, my gosh. Right now I'm sipping on the Kana, you know what I mean? So I can be locked in and focused. So I'm giving that a try. Brittany's putting me on to that. So shout out to Britt. Peace. Yellow Star. I think that's who that is. YB. Big up yourself, SAU fam. Oh, Tierra said DJ's one-on-ones are life-changing. Yes, big up. Thank you, T. I appreciate you. All right, so we in here. Had my tea earlier this morning. This is Leslie, by the way. Hey, Leslie. Thanks for pulling up. Yes, I see too. Okay. Fly high. All right, bet. Malcolm, do me a favor. Share this with anyone that you feel called to that would enjoy this message. And make sure to like for me as well. So today, it's going to be a continuation of last week. For people who are newer here, last week we talked about self-sabotage, limitations, and abundance. And today is a part 2 to that basic message. What we're going to do too, though, is we're just going to go through some general explanation of the Lion's Gate. The Lion's Gate, for those of you who don't know, on 8/8 of every year is something called a Lion's Gate. And it's basically when we are in alignment with one of the Sirius star systems. With that process of us being in alignment, there is some energy that tends to flow into the planet in a specific way. And it also happens to happen during Leo season, of which it's a great time to manifest, right? We know a lot of us are SAU family here. We know 8 is the number of abundance, the 8th month of the year. And so it's a great time to really use the energy to tap in, manifest, and really kind of think about what you want your life to be. So it's basically a portal, essentially, or a way to maybe skip into a new timeline, so to speak, right? So this one is a very special one because we are also in an 8 year. So it's a 888, which triples down on the abundance energy, right? And of course, there's karma, and 8 means a lot. But specifically, we want to focus on the abundance energy that is coming through right now, right? It's not a coincidence that the energy right now is very intense, right? It's very hot in a lot of places. We're getting a lot of solar activity. The Schumann resonance has been off the charts lately and stuff like that, right? So it's almost like the universe is conspiring to wake us up, give us new DNA activations, right? A lot of people who were asleep before are beginning to wake up. I don't know if people in your circles, if you guys have been experiencing this, but something that I've been experiencing or noticing a pattern of, and something that I've mentioned a few times in the lives, but I feel intuitively this is the direction that we're going in, where we're on the precipice of another awakening, right? Many of you who are here have experienced awakening some years ago now, right? And you see where you are now on your journeys and what has happened, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So this Lionsgate is a great opportunity for us to really up level, to jump on new timelines, to really experience a new form of yourself, a new version of your world, and what you really want it to look like, right? And so we're being asked, at least for what I'm getting from my spirit team, is to take this opportunity, right? Because it's an amazing opportunity. And shout out to Melissa, because she also pointed out to me that, of course, we know that the gate is something like 30 gate for 30 to 40 days that it's typically open for, right? Because the energy is just not just on this day, but it tends to peak on the 8th day, which is why it's one of the best days to do it, right? I guess you could say the veils are the thinnest in a way. She also pointed out that the 17th of this month is also going to be an 888 day. So again, you have time to really plan this out and take advantage of both days. And just again, the energy is here for you. Take advantage of it. Do not waste it. Okay. And all you have to do is simply write down your manifestations, right? And so we've obviously, for those of you who have been here for a few weeks, we've been talking about the differences about we did manifestation 101 and 102, right? So if you guys haven't had an opportunity, and thank you, Holies, for pointing that out, that 826 is another one. This is wild. Again, more synchronicities. Thank you guys for pointing that out. I didn't even really pay attention to that, but that truth is truth. So shout out to you. Hey, Sheila, thanks for pulling up. And so, yes, the 26th is also an 888 day. Completely slipped my mind. But that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And again, these things coming in threes. It's all purposeful, y'all. Like something is shifting, something is changing. And when I say this, I know that it resonates within you. You know that you feel something's going on, right? You know, things, you might feel a little resistance right now. Your inner self or your shadow self, your ego right now is feeling a little anxious, like it knows something is up, So in addition to that, we have Mercury in retrograde. And I thought I would talk more about this, but Spirit didn't really give me anything major about that outside of the internal reflection. And then we've had, I think it was on 7/26, July 26th, which is funny. We just mentioned 8/26. The Chiron run into retrograde, right? So we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Look into your chart, go to AstroSeek. I think I provided the link. If not, I could provide it again afterwards. Didn't think about that, thinking about it now. To pull up your transit chart and to see where on that date or where Chiron is going to be for the next, I think, 6 months or something. Not 6 months, 4 months, something like that, or whenever it gets to be December, whatever that math is on that. All right. And so this, as we know, Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is the wounded healer. So understand that, things are going to be coming to your awareness, especially now that Mercury retrograde just got into the mix, to help you guys look deeper within yourself, understand what you need to heal and let go of so that you can begin to move forward onto this new timeline that you really want to manifest, because it's going to take shedding your old self. It's going to take shedding your ideas and limitations, right? And we're going to do a little bit of that today. We have some videos that we're going to watch and unpack together. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very special one today. Melissa says, yes, planning a workshop and intuitively chose, wow, 8/17/2024 is the open date and it ends on the full moon. Whoa. Wow. Divine alignment, man. Like, what can we say about that? Yo, Spirit is always looking out for us. That's all I can say, bro. Trust your intuition. That is the theme. You know what I mean? Know what you're capable of. Know that you are powerful. So, all right. So to begin, I hope you guys got your pens and your papers out, because we're going to need some notes. All right. I'm going to give you some things that I want you to think about when you begin to journal or write your letters for what you want to manifest on the 8th, the 17th, and the 26th, right? So you have plenty of opportunities in between those times and on those days to take advantage of this portal energy. Okay, family? So just getting your wheels and your juices flowing. All right. Sweet. Good luck with that, Melissa. Yeah, facts. Yes. Big up, Melissa. Shout out to you for doing your workshop. I think this is your first workshop, if I'm not mistaken. So please support sis. You know, there's a community in here. We support each other. Also, I just thought about this, but Brittany just dropped a video on her YouTube, Ascend Through Healing. Check that one out. Like it up, share it. You know what I mean? We're supporting each other. And anybody else that has something going on, plug it. I think Shamika just did something, if I'm not mistaken, last weekend. I think she also did a workshop. So yeah, let's make sure that we're communicating with each other, letting each other know so we can support and like post on our pages and just, yeah, we're here to support each other in this community. You feel me? So yeah, that's the vibe right now. So these are the things that like spirit gave me and put into my awareness, right? And one of the things that stood out to me when I think I heard this last week was the universe rewards you for being courageous. The universe rewards you for being courageous. What does the lion represent? Pride, bravery, power, right? There's a theme here with it, this Lionsgate being in this particular season at this particular time and being in manifestation, right? So I want you guys to write that down. Okay, I'm going to read it to you again so you can write that down. The universe rewards you for being courageous. I want you guys to remember that, right? You got to face your fears. You got to overcome and just trust what spirit is giving you. Follow your divine prompting. This is what something that Professor Melanie preaches all the time. And it's so true. Since I've been doing it, my life has leveled up in amazing ways and it's continuing to do so. So this is what I'm here to push you to do. Be courageous right now, okay? So I have here the Lionsgate and manifestation big picture. All of that is about being courageous and stepping out into your power. Okay. You got to be ready for this. And all it takes for you to be ready is to accept that the old you is no longer serving you. And it's time to let those beliefs go. It's time to let those limitations go. Okay. It's time to let go of the victimhood. It's time to let go of the egoic control over your life. Once you do those things by just taking the small steps and listening to your spirit team and the promptings that they give you, just test it out. Try it for the next 6 months and see where your life can be. You do that, that's all spirit is asking you to do. But that takes so much bravery and courageousness. It takes the cojones, shout out to Brie for the Spanish. Yeah, man. All right, cool. So here's another message from spirit. When you guys are working on your manifestation and writing down your manifestations, this is just notes, right? Things to think about, things to understand. I know that we hear about a lot of the times in manifestation, like be as detailed as possible, say the color that you want, say this, say that. In the thing that you want to manifest. If you're trying to manifest a car, you want to imagine yourself in the car and the color of it and what it's going to smell like. And all that is true, right? To a degree. But some of what we do that we need to pay attention to is that when we are manifesting, a lot of the times we're manifesting from a place of limitations, of which the ego is programmed to believe is true. There was a time when I was making, I think like just out of high school, like, first job in college or whatever. I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, if I could get to the point where I can make like $70,000, $80,000 a year, like I would be straight. Like I would be straight until I could work my way up. Like I would be satisfied. You know what I mean? Like I'll feel good until so I could build my dreams and all that. You know what I'm saying? So yes, obviously I wanted to shoot higher. But I realized once I got there, I'm like, yo, this ain't no money. All right. So I'm like, I used to be thinking like, yo, I can't wait. Yo, if I could only make that much. So that just shows you how much they barely was paying us back then. Right. And so when I got it, I realized like, damn, like this isn't This ain't shit. So I want you guys to understand through that example that we need to begin to think bigger and understand that your ego will limit you based on the things that you have seen and experienced. If you believe that you can only become a millionaire by being in real estate, then that's what you think that you're called to do, right? So you're going to try to jump into real estate and become a real estate mogul. But no, there's many ways to get money in this experience, right? Real estate is just one of those ways. Do you see what I'm saying? So don't limit your manifestations. Allow yourself to dream. Get in alignment with what your heart truly desires, or coherence with your heart is the word that actually came to me, right? Tap in with that energy. Understand how the ego limits itself so much. Okay. But also, don't try to control it to the point that, like, if it doesn't look like how you envision it to look, then you feel some type of way about it. Because again, what we're going to see later on in the content that I'm going to show you, this point will be illustrated. Okay. I don't want to ruin the surprise because it's going to be dope. We're about to watch some things. Yeah. But keep that in mind. Don't limit your manifestations. Be open, dream big, right? But remember, of course, your ego wants to be a millionaire, right? But here's the thing, you got to start thinking about the value of being a millionaire. What is it about being a millionaire that makes it great, right? Well, you can travel to just about anywhere in the world that you would like, right? Is it more so traveling? Is it more so the freedom that is involved with being a millionaire? The freedom with able to be to just about purchase whatever you truly desire. You want to make sure that your family is good. You envision yourself being able to eat the best quality foods and have a great, beautiful home of which you feel in your heart you deserve, right? And you're servicing people through your business. Whatever that is, okay, you must focus on the value, right? So if you want the house, it's not about, oh, I want a 6-bedroom house and it's got to have 2 pools and a football field worth of acreage or whatever it is, right? For me, it's definitely freedom, 100%, right? So when you focus on the freedom of what money can present, right? The freedom of owning your own business, right? What does that look like for you? For some of us who are working 9 to 5s, we understand the grind. You got to be at a place, in a building, in a place you don't want to be, whether it's snowing, whether it's raining. You know what I'm saying? You only have a certain amount of vacation per year. Listen, if you want true freedom, freedom is being like, look, my money is flowing in such a passive way that I can take a month off, 2 months off if I so decide, and everything is fine. All my bills are paid. That's freedom. So I want you guys to begin to focus on the value of the thing, right? I want a big house. Why do you want a big house? Well, I would love to entertain my family or friends when they come into town. And I want them to be comfortable while they're here. I want them to have their own space, or maybe their own, I forget what they call the little small clubhouses outside of your home, like the really, really rich people have, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to have my mother and she could have her own little space outside the home. And so I could just check on her, but she could still have her independence, but she's still close enough. And we have separation of, like, that's going to cost money, right? But what is the value? Like, I get to take care of my mom. She gets to be around us, right? Or my dad or whoever. You see what I'm saying? Guest house. Thank you. Thank you, Bree. Clearly I need to work on my opulence side of things. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to have homes in multiple places. Okay, what does that provide for you? What's the value? Well, I don't like the cold. So I want to be like on some snowbird shit. I want to be able to, when it's fall and I want to do the seasons in places. So when it's fall and spring, maybe I do it here in the States. And when it's winter and summer, maybe I do it in the islands, whatever that looks like. But what's the value of that at for me? I can stay around and be around the sun and wonderful weather. I enjoy going to the beach. I enjoy being in the sun. The sun ups my vibration, makes me healthier, gives me the vitamins and the support that I need for my body. Focus on the value. Hope The ones in the chat if you understand what I'm trying to get across here. Hopefully I'm getting across what I'm trying to say. All right. Okay. Another thing that I want you guys to think about. All right, bet y'all with me. I love that. Oh shoot, everybody want a guest house. Hey, let's go. Let's all be rich. I love that. So other things to note. Let go of the past and the old version of you. You, in order to manifest this new timeline that we're about to jump into with this Lionsgate, you cannot bring the old, tired parts of you. Okay. Yes, there are old parts of you that still need to come with you, right? Your inner child, the things that you find exciting and love. But we're talking about the things that don't serve you anymore here in this. The old you can't come. You gotta let that go. You gotta let go of the old shit that's holding you back. The limiting mindsets, all that has to go because it's only going to give you resistance. Okay, the fear and having trouble overcoming the fear, you gotta let that go. Okay, so make that so sear that into your mind. I let go of the past, right? I am my present and future self. Like this is what you gotta think. I'm grateful for all the lessons that I needed to learn. You see, but I've learned them and it's time for me to move on. I let it go. I forgive. I let go of the hurt of the past. I let go of the people that did me wrong that I still am trying to please and to prove wrong. Like just let it all go. Let it all go. Can't bring it with you. All right. Got to make out with the old, in with the new. Also called an in-law suite. Thank you. Yo, Melissa always be doing all the things. I'm gonna just have to call you and text you whenever I go out live so you can give me the terms, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you, Holies. Appreciate you. Can you speak on, dang, this bubble's in the way. Can you speak on having an alter ego? I heard it helps to let go of your old self. All right, cool. What this speaks to is an aspect of delusion. And in manifestation, there is a level of delusion that you must practice or you must be in, the energy that you must be in order to step into this new version of yourself. Okay. So when you hear people saying creating an alter ego, many a times we think about it or we use it in maybe ways that can be a little counterproductive and operate more so in duality, right? So when we typically hear of like Beyonce is one of the first examples coming to my mind. I think Sasha Fierce is her so-called alter ego when she gets on stage. So when she's on stage, she feels powerful, she feels mighty. I'm Sasha Fierce, right? And so when she's in this space, in this mindset, she's killing it. She's dancing, doing her moves, whatever. That's cool. But that's only going to serve you up until a point. Your alter ego, you have to also take that delusion, you use it in the beginning, and then it becomes a part of you. Does that make sense? But like, you can't just stay on the level of this is my alter ego. So a lot of artists have alter egos, right? And it can work to a certain degree. But when we're talking about like true sustainable manifestation, if you still have old belief systems that I'm unworthy, I'm not good enough, okay, limiting beliefs, it doesn't matter what the alter ego is able to do for you at moments because you're going to go right back into that vibration of doubt, fear, all those negative emotions, right? Y'all remember, for those of the OGs that have been here, you remember the spiral chart, right? If you don't heal those things, regardless of that alter ego, if you don't truly become that, or if you don't really believe that to be true, you're just adding resistance to it. And at moments, you will find success because it will up your vibration at moments. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. I think you should. But I think what's also important to remember with the delusion is that you have to heal and let go of the old ways of yourself as well. Otherwise, your full version of you will never be able to stay on that vibration. Everything that we know in this world is about vibration, and usually it's considered circular. But if we look at life, it's like an up and down kind of situation, right? It's like you're up at moments and then something happens and you're down and up and but what begins to happen when you up your vibration, and I heard this from Bashar, and it just completely, dang, I should have brought it with me. But anyway, it just really was profound to me. The average of which, when you continue to up your vibration, when you do fall, you don't fall as low, right? So here's the evidence of this. When some of y'all are going through particular experiences in your life, when you begin to heal and you begin to ascend, right? Which many of you in here, shout out to all of you because I know y'all doing the work. You realize that when you heal something, you're less triggered by it, right? So if there's a belief that, like, I don't know, somebody says, I got crooked teeth or something like that, or whatever, and you feel some type of way about your teeth, and whatever, you like, you know what? I accept myself. God made me perfectly as I am, like perfectly. You know what I'm saying? I'm beautiful the way that I am. I don't need to go changing myself. And you know what I'm saying? And again, there's no judgment if you decide to get braces, whatever. But you begin to embrace things. And then, like, because of your swagger, because of your confidence, people are like, yo, you have a nice smile. But the whole time you're worried about the little cross that you may have in the bottom. But it's just like the brightness when you smile, the faith, it just makes people light up. The energy that you exude, people just recognize it, right? And so if somebody says something about your teeth, you're like, okay, like negative about you, that's your belief. Okay, it doesn't bother me, right? You don't have any emotion. It doesn't bring you down anywhere when before you would be triggered and you might want to fight them or cuss them out or feel bad, or you just like are hiding your mouth every time you smile. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's the greatest example, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say is that when you begin to heal, the things that used to trigger you don't really trigger you as much anymore. It doesn't bring your vibration down. And so when you're going through the oscillation, when you were up and then something would trigger you, you would go way down. And now it's just like, it's just smooth sailing. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let me read what y'all saying in the chat. Melissa says she Googled it. Oh, okay, okay. You had to snitch on yourself. It's cool. And some relationships you need to let go of for success now. That is, come on. Talk that talk, Sheila. As children, we used to tell our parents, I'm going to have this and this and this, and that I'm going to have homes over here and there. So I guess it's the same feeling, just be childlike and dream. That is 100% facts. And we're going to talk about that too. So you jumping ahead, Sistren. You jumping ahead, and I love it. Let's just say, yes, it makes sense. All right, bet. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let me make sure I don't have anything else for now, and then we'll hop into the videos. Okay. Oh, I do have some more. So let go of the past and the old you. So listen, here's another thing that you need to know. Remember this. Sear this into your mind when you're writing down your manifestation. You can be and have what you desire, and it is your birthright. Let me say that again. You can be and have whatever it is you desire. It's your birthright. Okay, when you came into this existence, this was part of your contract that if you follow your soul's mission, you can have anything you desire here. But the only caveat is you need to be on your soul's path, your soul's mission. You have to be doing what it is that you came here to do. If you do that, you can free yourself from karma. You can free yourself from low vibrational thinking. You can heal. You will move. You have no choice but to ascend. And whatever it is that you desire, there's no limits in that. But we forget that because we're not told that. So I want you guys to truly begin to believe, because part of this manifestation thing is you got to believe it, right? So you got to know, like, yo, this is your birthright. Like, you came here with all of this in your bag, and everything is possible, or anything is possible for you. And we're about to see evidence of that from people who had lives that may not were the greatest, and they weren't in alignment. And as soon as they started listening to their spirit teams, things changed. And when I tell you the time that it took, it didn't take long. It didn't take long in the grand scheme of things, right? We get told we got to grind and grind 10,000 hours, all that. That's cap. You can go viral today. You can pop off today. You can be successful tomorrow. Anything is possible if you truly believe it. All you have to do is release control and know that it is your birthright to be successful. So I need you guys to beat it into your brains. You will be successful. This is your birthright. You deserve everything in this world that you desire. Just cuz. But you see, life has beat us down so much that we don't feel worthy. We don't feel like we deserve it. We're detached from our souls. We're being run by our ego, and the ego is shaped by our environment. The things that we saw, school, family trauma in general, the world, what it's like being a person of color in America. We can go on and on, being a woman, being a man. Like, there's so many of these polarizing duality experiences that you can be in. You're free from all of that. None of that shit matters. Your race, your color, your age, none of that matters. Anything is possible as soon as you decide. And here's what helps you to understand that. Know that it's your birthright. Okay? Know that it is your birthright. Oh my gosh. We're almost done. I'm sorry, y'all. I always think these things are going to be quick, but I just be going on now. All right. So think about what your heart desires. We kind of talked about it a few times. Listen to me. Allow things to fall away and to allow the new to come in. Okay. You may lose some friends. You may no longer work where you used to work. Your relationship might end. That's okay. Allow it to dissolve. Allow it to break apart. Allow it to fall apart. It's meant to. There's a level of chaos that comes with change, and that is purposeful. Because you see, the things that you have around you at this point was something that was previously manifested. And what you previously manifested in the past, most likely, was coming from what your ego desired or what your ego believed that you deserved. So if you're in a relationship where you are being underserved, it's because you deep down at that time, right, previously believed that that's what you deserve, that you don't deserve the partner that's going to uplift you. You can't even recognize it. It's not even part of your vibration yet. Okay? So when you see stuff falling apart, friends, family, whatever, just let it go. It's okay. Whatever is being let go is making space for the new, right? It always fascinates me. Have y'all ever seen hoarders? Like, that shit is crazy. My bad, I'm late in the chat. Tiara said the fine print, facts, the birthright thing. You already know. Holly said real talk. That's real talk. You know the vibes. But listen, you ever seen hoarders? You ever wonder how the hell are people finding space for this shit? Like, they just won't let stuff go, right? Like, many of us are like that, to be honest. Like, we won't let go of shit, whether that's trauma, belief systems, things that happened in our past. Let it go. Let it go. Make space for the new energy so that you can bring stuff in. This is the time. This is why Chiron is in retrograde right now. This is why Mercury is in retrograde right now, to help you release, to help show you what you're still holding on to. Let it go. When you see it, tell yourself, listen, I am safe. All is well. Everything is working out for me. I trust the universe, God, source, my angels, whatever you want to reference it as, is doing this for my greatest good. Okay, so be prepared for things to change. Yo, shit is gonna change, but just allow it. Just be free. Know that it's working out for you. You are the hero of your story. Everything else is gonna move in that way. I'm the hero of my story. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an actor in your story. I'm just here on the on the way to your greatness, bigging you up and giving you a push. I'm just telling you, like, hey, you can do it. I believe in you. You need to believe in yourself. Go get it. I see it. I see what's possible for you. Don't be afraid. I'm just here to encourage you. That's all. I'm just telling you the truth. That's all. But you're the hero, right? I'm just that person that came into your life to help push you forward. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of like Marvel characters where it was like, like Spider-Man. He had his uncle. What was his uncle's name? I don't remember his name. I'm like that uncle. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to just help you along the way. That's all. And you're here to help me. It is what it is. All right, cool. What else we got? Don't focus on what it looks like now. Know that everything is working for your greatest good. All right, bet. Cool. All right, so now we can hop into the thing. The spiritual uncle. Yeah, Uncle Ben. Yeah, Uncle Ben. That's what it was. Ben, thanks, y'all. Uncle Ben. I'm Uncle Ben. Oh, God. Why couldn't I chose something a little cooler than Uncle Ben? But shout out to Uncle Ben. He the OG for sure. All right, so we're going to get ready to hop into this first video. Let me set this up for a second. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the chat, right? Are you guys feeling excited about this manifestation thing? Where we at? Talk to me while I get this video pulled up for us. All right, I don't see nothing in the chat, so that's okay. We'll just run right to it. Let me share my screen. And then we're gonna get right to it. Out with the old, in with the new. You heard. Pack their bags. Get them out of here. Get them out of here, coach. All right, let's get ready to share the screen because my laptop don't have a lot of power. Peace, my boy Artist is pulled up. Hey, gang. What's up, my guy? Happy you're able to make it, brother. All right, cool. So family, you should be able to see this. It looks like you can. I'm gonna allow the introduction to play out so you can know who this person is. And let's roll. All right, Holly said, empowered and excited. Yes, I love that. That's what we're going for. All right, y'all. So this gentleman here, Garen Jones, Spirit just put this in my awareness. I've seen his name. He's come across my feed several times. I've never watched this man before in my life, but for some reason yesterday, Spirit it was on me to watch it. So I click it, and it was the most mind-blowing interview. This is, again, why you have to listen to your spirit team. They're always giving you messages and signs. Such an empowering interview. I highly recommend that you watch it on your own. We'll do a quick intro, let the guy introduce it, and then I'll jump to the sections of this video that I want to unpack with you all right? So let's get to it. Let me know if you guys can hear everything.
How much influence you have.
I'm curious as to how people can actually action manifestation to a point where it does breathe reality.
Literally 10 years ago, I was $250,000 in debt. I tried to take my life twice. My mom was dying in the hospital. My girlfriend had left me because I couldn't take care of my life. Lived in my car for 2.5 years. And 10 years later, I have 2 7-figure businesses. I'm in rooms with some of the most powerful business minds. That was only 10 years. What you're experiencing in my life right now is the overflow of the work that I put in 10 years ago. The power to possess your own mind, your own inner liberation. You can only give that to yourself. I learned this when I was in prison. In losing my freedom, I literally discovered my freedom. I was more free in prison than I was when I was free.
Welcome back to Mullet and Mothers. And today's episode is with an incredible human being who is on a spiritual journey, a physical journey, and has a great mindset around wealth and happiness. I'm super excited to announce this episode with Garion Jones. His story starts from very humble beginnings, and he, through life, fell on hard times. And at one point was living in his car for over 2 years, whilst his mother was in severe health complications. And yeah, he was homeless. I went to his house to see what he has manifested from that moment is absolutely incredible. He has a beautiful wife. He has a beautiful daughter. He has a son on the way, and he has incredible business. His mindset around it, his spirituality and faith is absolutely incredible. His commitment to that spirituality, his commitment to that faith is inspiring. And I'm super excited to announce this episode with Garion Jones. This one will wake a lot of people up, and I believe open your mind to try out new things, sample new beliefs and ways of being, and hopefully take some of those teachings on board in your own life. For me,
all right, cool. Let's jump right into the first section. Now, I hope that you guys were able to catch what he said about about Garen and what he was going through in his life prior to his success. Very, very interesting. So let's get right to the first section, which is about right here.
And people will invest every single. Thank you, Mom. Thank you so much for teaching me how to be a high level, just a very powerful salesman. I don't have to sell anything. I just fall in love with the product, and then I share my love at a specific vibration, and people will invest every single time. Maybe not the person that's not buying it, but you can't say the right thing. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person.
That spirit, the entrepreneurial spirit as a child.
We all have it.
Yeah, I think we all do have it. I think there's probably people here like, yeah, I did lemonade stand, I did this. But somewhere along the way, something blocks them from carrying that through into their future lives.
Yeah.
What is that?
Listening to what everybody else says instead of your own voice. Your own.
Hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop it so early. I'm going to try not to stop it. Stop listening to other people. Listen to your team. Listen to your higher self. Listen to your soul. Listening to other people when you tell them, I feel like I should do this. When your mom and stuff was telling you when you were a kid, like, I want to be this. You're like, nah, you can't. That's not a good idea. There's not a lot of money in that. Stop listening to people. Trust yourself. Do what it is that you came here to do. Sorry, we'll unpack this a little bit. I want to say one more thing. Okay, this is going to help you understand why you must overcome your insecurity and your fear and just focus on your dream. Okay, so listen up.
Internal voice. It's like, I feel like I should do this. Listening to what everybody else says instead of your own voice. Your own internal voice. It's like, I feel like I should do this. I feel like, and then you'll share that, and then somebody will be like, that's a stupid idea. And the moment you believe what everybody else tells you what you cannot do, when the vision came through you, there starts the separation from your physical self and your spiritual self. You are born embodied. You are born a magician. That's why you have all the energy, all little kids, all the energy, all the creativity. You think big. Every little kid, oh, when I get older, I'm going to be always something massive. Okay, take that same little kid, 30 years, 20 years, working a 9-to-5 job, getting paid less than your value out of security and fear. What happened is you forgot your original dream and you abandoned it because of what somebody else said to you. Ultimately, that's what happens. Maybe mom and dad didn't give it attention, something that you thought was really important to you. Like, I really want to be a race car driver. I really love painting. But what really got attention was, oh, stocks and bonds and doctor and this runs in the family. So you leave the thing that you're passionate about, it wakes you up out of your sleep, even as a little kid, to then give your power away and then assume the identity of it runs in the family. So you have people that have $50 million, $100 million companies right now dying on the inside. The cemetery is not where you see the most dead people. It's when you encounter people with something that's died inside. And so what do? You overcompensate for work. You overcompensate with alcohol and porn and sex and so many different things to mask who you see when you look in the mirror and the truth shows up and nobody is around. All of this. I have a philosophy that says adults are deteriorated children. And the moment you start abandoning what's really true for you, what really makes you happy, what really lights your soul on fire, starts the separation of the original power that transfers into giving your power away. And that's what's missing. That's the emptiness that happens. That's what people try to fill with sleeping around and fill with relationship to relationship and fill with work. It's the separation of self.
Wow. Okay. So then pursuing that inner voice, that child, that passion that you had as a child, does it come with a treacherous path? Does it come with risk? Because when
hold on. Okay. Sorry. I gotta stop it. Guys, what this man is spitting is so real. We abandon ourselves. We abandon our dream. We ignore our inner child. We stop doing things that we truly enjoy and that we're passionate about to survive life, to fit in. to be worthy, to feel worthy, to be accepted by everyone else. Many of us are ancient souls that came here to break the cycles and break the patterns. The safety that you feel in your job is not true safety. It is a false sense of security that your ego is clinging to. Meanwhile, your soul is crying out. That's why you hate going to your job. Today, I'm literally, I'm working because I work from home and I'm blessed and I'm so lucky that I get to do that. But I had a moment today, and I've known this for some time, but we push down what bothers us, right? So I try not to complain, you know what I mean? I just do what I gotta do, get my work done, you know what I mean? Whatever. But today I was having one of those days and I was just like, this is not in alignment with me at all. Like, I can't even deny it anymore. Like, I really hate this shit. Right? I used to be low-key like, I get to work from home, I'm chill, I got autonomy. But even that gets dry and stale after some time. Even if you do get that so-called six-figure job, high six-figure job that you think is that's all I need. All I need is this amount of money and a job that does this. Your soul will be crying out no matter what, because you are in resistance to what lights you on fire. You're not living a passionate life. It's time for you to understand that. Again, I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow, but I'm saying it's time to manifest something different because your soul isn't happy. Your soul is feeling trapped. I was feeling that shit today. I'm like, I can't barely get this work done. Like, I'm about to just shut this shit down at 2. Like, I can't. I just can't today. I just can't. And then you swallow that shit, you get the check, and then you swallow it. You're like, okay, cool. All right, I got to keep doing this because I got these bills to pay. Break the cycle, period. T said, this is very on brand with the Lionsgate Portal Leo energy. That's a fact. Talk that talk, T, and everything you said, 100%. Yup. Holy said, I made a decision earlier this evening. I'm letting go of my job today, literally. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Holy. Woo, I'm so proud of you, sis. You got this. You got this. You're so brave. You're in that courageous energy. And what do we say about the universe? The universe loves and rewards those who are courageous. Come on. Let's go. Let's get it. Wow, that's so beautiful. You got me hyped. Shit, I might quit my job tomorrow. Probably not, but soon. I think many adults have cried so much on the inside that they've shut down and numbed themselves so their inner child doesn't have to feel that sadness anymore. 100%. 100%. And it only stays down for so long. And here's the thing. This is how on the spiritual plane, disease begins there. Because when you are not in alignment, and you'll hear a story later, and we're going to bring this up. So T, you can say your intuition is on point. We're going to talk and show something later that speaks about this. Okay. Listen, y'all. When you're not in alignment, this is how disease comes into your life, because you're stressed at your job, and the stress, then all of a sudden cancer is developing in your body, diabetes. Listen, it starts on the spiritual plane first. When you are not in alignment, this is what happens, and it turns into the physical. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So big up to Hollis. If I had an air horn, I would play it for you right now, sis. Absolutely amazing. I love that. Dis-ease, you said it, D. Yep, talk about it. Talk about it, Tierra. Oh, wow. I'm so proud of you. All right, let's go. We got a few more minutes to this one.
Speak of your own story. You had some journey to get here. And was that on the path to do what that inner child wanted to do all along?
Well, think about this. You have kids, right?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay, so imagine, you have a son?
I have a son, yeah.
Okay, so imagine if your son comes up to you and says, Dad, 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 Dad. You ignore him for 5 minutes. Oh, let's take it out a day. Dad, listen to me. Dad, listen to me. Take it out 5 years. Take it out 10 years. Take it out 15 years. 20 years. 25, 30, 40, 45. What's the relationship going to be like?
Yeah, that's quite hard to listen to.
There's no relationship because there's no emotional closure.
Mm.
There's literally no connection point because you're not listening. So if you know what that feels like in your body, just thinking about your son, now imagine the inner child that's inside of you that's always wanted to dance, sing, play art. And every time you abandon that from when you were a little kid, whatever it is, playing in the rain, flopping around naked, whatever the thing is that brought that child inside of you so much joy, and then you left it because you're older or it's not cool anymore, and you left it. Every time, if it's say for instance, you want to be a dancer, and then you see somebody dancing, and then all of a sudden it's like, I remember I used to love to dance, and that's a quiet voice inside. Let's just say your inner child is going, Dad, Dad, Dad. So take it out one day, then take it out 5 days, then take it out 20 days, then take it out a portion of your life. It does to your soul in relation to your physical and spiritual self the same kind of relation that would happen, a disconnected relation that would happen if you did not pay attention to your son saying, Dad, Dad, Dad. And that's what's missing. I've watched it happen. So when I came back to the things that I used to love to do when I was a little kid, they just opened. I loved art. I loved painting. I didn't just start motivation and speaking on stages because it's like I watched one person. It's like it's always been inside of me. I remember being 7 years old at school and two people were like arguing and fighting. Something, I'd feel this heat in my stomach, and all of a sudden I would say something and good things would happen every time. Interesting how I can go on stage and there's 72,000 people in Mexico City with a translator, and I will say something from that heat in my stomach, and next thing you know, 72,000 people feel hope, they feel motivation, they feel like they can take committed action because of something that's happening inside of them. Maybe that was the ABC version of what's happening in my life right now.
Hold on. Wow, so much was said. Y'all, like I had to let this breathe because my boy is just going off right now. So many gems in this. So many freaking gems in this, guys. This is what self-sabotage also looks like. When you go through a period of your life when you continue to ignore your inner voice, this is the cost. You dissociate from yourself to the point where you're lost. You don't even know what you're passionate about anymore. You don't even know what gets you going. Then before you know it, you're freaking depressed. Then you're on medication trying to get you to feel better about life just to survive your life. Do you understand how this works? And it's something as simple as painting a message to those. Tap in with yourself. Get to know yourself. Know thyself. That is the name of the freaking game, family. Yes, Tiara, right. Facts. So many people forgot how to play. Sheila said this is 100% true. I'm saying, bruh. I'm telling you, tapping into the things that you enjoy creatively will give you a level of confidence, a level of security. The little child, the inner child, the version of your ego that all it wants is to be loved and to just fully express itself. When you were, loud and boisterous as a child, and you were singing as a child, they would tell you, shh. Why are you always talking? Why are you always making that noise? And listen, there's no judgment. Our parents were stressed out. They were working. They had a lot on their plates. So they didn't have the time to listen to you yell and figure out your voice. But you're meant to use your voice and sing and heal people. And now because you're not singing, you feel absolutely miserable. You're detached from who you really want to be, who you really are. And because you're not in alignment with that, you feel lost. You feel empty. You are not your old self. You cannot feel fulfilled if you are not doing the things that light you on fire, that make you feel that you're passionate about. That's how you reach fulfillment. Taking those actions that you truly are in alignment with you. And you've been ignoring that intuitive voice for so long, and it's not your fault because you weren't told otherwise. But guess what? Today, you're aware. Some of you are getting reminders. But those of you who know it, this is your wake-up call. This is your opportunity to change it on this Lion's Gate window that we're about to hop into. That we're already in there, but it's about to peak. Start to play again. Find that thing, draw, sketch, sing, write, create. Imagine. Stop hiding. Stop freaking hiding. Brianna said, good read, The Game of Life and How to Play It. Yes, by Florence Scovel Shinn. Again, alignment. We're going to talk about another one of her books, or someone is going to mention that later. Spoiler alert. Hopefully we get there because my laptop is on 17%. So let's move forward. But alignment, shout out to you, Bri. Let's go.
Well, guess what? There's also the ABC version of unworthiness, the ABC version of abandonment, the ABC version of insecurities, not feeling loved, not feeling worthy. And how that works is ABCs done over time evolves into words, then sentences, then paragraphs, then essays, then books, then encyclopedias. That's the process of evolution. So if you abandon the things that you used to love to do as a child, and then wonder why people keep leaving you, it's probably because you left yourself.
Woo!
The outside is the physical manifest.
Damn. You abandoned yourself. What's the karma of that? What is going to mirror in your experience? Other people are going to abandon you. God damn. Yes, Holy said, today is the start of our new lives. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Today is a new beginning. Let's go. Life is going to be infinitely better from this point on. We are going to rise to the top because it's our birthright. It is time we deserve. No longer are the powers that were going to manipulate, create separations, and stop us and use propaganda, media, old belief systems, religion. No offense to anyone that's religious, right? The tricks don't work anymore because it's our birthright. We deserve it. The time done. It's a wrap. You hear what I'm saying? Let's get it, y'all. It's that time. I think there was more to this, but I kind of want to jump to the next place. Let's see.
Of what's going on inside. But if you're not aware, it can't change what you're not aware of. Even if there is change, vibrationally in your body, you're going to end up going back to the how you're automated. And this is what we call self-sabotage. I just feel safe right here. I got this all momentum. Why does this always keep happening? Because your body is conditioned to come back to the homeostasis. It's come back to the state that you're in where you protected yourself most of the time from yourself. And keeping love out, keeping people out, trying to hug people energetically with the arm bar right in front of the way, wondering why do I feel with all this stuff accumulated in the quiet of your mind? Why do I feel like something is missing? Yeah, you.
When you start to tap into...
Woo! Y'all, I'm just going to let that breathe. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing that we need to say. Big bar. Leslie said, damn. Gotta love on you by showing up for yourself. Come on, Melissa, you better tell them. Shamika said, hands up, bow, touchdown. Y'all, listen to me. Like, this is powerful. It ain't even nothing. Like, we've talked about self-sabotage last week. For those of you who didn't get to watch it again. We're not going to dive into that, but just know that this is the pattern to get you back into your old form of self. This is why we're leaving that old shit behind. We're not bringing it with us. It's just, it doesn't serve us anymore. It served us at a time that helped us get through some really tough times. But guess what? Those times are over. We are free now. So we don't need that anymore, y'all. All right, let's jump over to the 23-minute mark for the next portion of the message. So this portion of the message, what I want you to look out for He's talking a little bit about his story from 10 years back, and he's kind of talking about like what he accomplished. So this is to kind of like get you to think about what's possible for you.
When I even came up this, it was 10 years back then. I was $250,000 in debt. I tried to take my life twice. My mom was dying in the hospital. My girlfriend had left me because I couldn't take care of my life. Lived in my car for 2.5 years. All of that was happening simultaneously. And 10 years later, I have 2 7-figure businesses. I've spoken at the time in 62 countries all over the world. I'm in rooms with some of the most powerful business minds. That was only 10 years. So someone said to me, "Oh, that's easy for you to say. You got all the money and all the cars, man. You do not fucking know what it took for me to get here." And guess what? When I was living in my storage unit, sleeping in an abandoned building on bubble wrap, I had over 125 videos out, and I had 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's since then canceled the account when I was like transforming my life. I didn't understand if I'd have kept it going, like what would happen. But my series was called The Storage. Nobody knew I lived in my actual storage. It had great lighting, kind of like this set, and it was all white walls. And I'm just talking about things that fire that was inside. And people were like, "Wow, man, I'm so inspired." I didn't know it was going to land to all of this. But what you're experiencing in my life right now is the overflow of the work that I put in 10 years ago. Wait till you see 10 years from now. So that's the inspiration. The inspiration is like, if this can happen in 10 years, the direct inverse of who I was being to who I am now, breathing life into humanity. Now, on the upward trajectory of my life, really investing over $250,000 into personal growth and mentors and masterminds per year, and like really giving back to humanity and really understanding the flow of how giving and receiving actually works, and committed to developing myself personally and learning all these interpersonal skills, and also teaching people that. I can't even begin to imagine what the next 10 years could look like when there's been nothing but an upward trajectory. That inspires me big time. And the dude was like, "Wow, I never thought about that." Yeah, me 10 years from now, continuously doing what I'm doing and committed to personal growth. And it has me continuously creating from the possibility of the future and not a recreation of my past.
Yes, Sheila. Self-investment, self-belief. Man, this is just, Tierra said, "My God." Facts, right? This it's hitting. It's hitting. It's hitting. Oh my goodness. I want to unpack this so much, but we just don't have the time. Oh, y'all, I'm telling you, watch this interview. We have some more to talk about in this interview before we get to the other ones, y'all. So I don't know why my goofy self did not charge my laptop. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway. Oh, I got the wrong live up. Whoops. Whoopsies. Hold on, y'all. Be patient with me. All right, so we did this one. Okay, so this next section, we're going to talk about the ego. Mind you, oh, by the way, this all happened when he talked about, when he's saying, you know, led to him speaking on stages with 72,000 people. Like, that's like a stadium full of people, like a football field arena full of people. Okay. And in another language in Mexico, where someone's translating what he's saying. And that same feeling he said that stirred him up when 2 people were getting into it at school and tell him, like, speak up, say something about this, and got them to calm down. That same intuitive prompting is what he's using now to speak life into people. That's 72,000 people. Again, you're thinking, yo, listen to your spirit team, y'all. I don't know how many times we can say it, how much proof like we need to keep seeing. Just listen, trust your gut, trust what spirit is telling you, do the thing. Because you can go from just stopping 2 people from fighting as a child to speak into arenas full of people, motivating them, helping them heal, changing their lives. For my painters out there, your artwork can inspire someone. Your designs can inspire something. Your song that you write may heal somebody. Do you hear what I'm saying? And change the world. You have that type of power within you. It is your birthright to impact the world in this way. You simply just need to be courageous enough to do the thing. You can do it. Trust. Have faith. Stop letting your mind jumble up the shit. Do the first thing that comes and follow it. Leslie said, "Gem from the possibility of the future." All right, my bad. I'm getting sorry. Focus, David. Get it done. Let's go. 30. We're going to 30, y'all.
Taylor Stock Fuel, and I promise you, once you've tried it, you'll never go back. Let's dive back into the episode.
The one thing that's interesting to me is that you've reached a level of success that someone would be like, okay, cool, let's sit down, skate by, sit back.
Just
How
do
do
it.
you? Because I see this as a block that most people have, is that it stops them. That safety net or that thing that they now have or possess is like, I don't want to risk that anymore. How do you carry on growing? Because now your ambitions and your dreams for the future are huge.
I will tell you, Conor McGregor said something in an interview one day, and man, it landed so much. He said, man, most of you, he was like, when you start winning, that's when you get lazy. He was like, you'll sleep on a win and wake up with a loss. And I was like, that's what I'm doing right now. Every time I think it's good, that's when I start relaxing. And then I wonder why the breakdowns happen. Then the oscillation of money starts happening, because money is a piece of paper with preconceived value that's matching your vibration. Currency, current, the current of flow state. So if you don't understand how energy works in your life, now you're being controlled by the paper. That's why when people lose all this money, all of a sudden they, oh my God. That doesn't happen to me because I'm operating off a completely different template. So the level of success that I strive for is sustainable peace. It's not get all this money and I got these cars and live in a 9,200 square foot house on this big lot with this waterfall in the back. That to me, back when I was living in my car, was like this massive big thing. Right now, it's not a massive big thing. It's a way of life. So it makes sense. It feels effortless for me because I wasn't driving for the house. I was driving for a better version of myself. And the outside is the physical manifestation of what's going on inside. I didn't force this. I didn't force the wife. I didn't force the kid. I didn't overcompensate. It's a mirror image of who I am, of who me and my wife are, of who our family is. So this feels effortless for me. So that's the difference. The aim underneath, there's no quiet. It's like, if I can just get this house, then they'll like me. If I can just get this car, now people will think I'm cool. I'm 10 years past that because I saw what it does. I'm so grateful to have.
Hold up. I just got to say this real quick. What he just literally said, if I have these things, then they'll respect me. Then they'll appreciate me. Then they'll love me. That's your ego talking. That's what the ego thinks about success. This is why when you let the ego runs the show, it puts you in these things where, oh, I need to work myself up in corporate America and make something of myself and rah, 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 rah. That's what the ego thinks success is. And the reason why it wants that is ultimately because of love. But you got to understand, it's not about the cars and the things. It's about your peace. It's about your self-fulfillment. And when you realize that your value and your worthiness does not come from outside of you and the validation of others, but just what you feel fulfilled doing. Because when you are doing the thing that you're passionate about, that's when you feel full. That's when you feel value within yourself. That's when you feel worthy. You don't need anybody else to validate what it is when you're drawing alone in your room. You shouldn't. You shouldn't be thinking about, oh, how are people going to receive this? Just be in the freedom space of that thing. Let's get back to the video. Identity alignment. Come on, talk that talk. Let's go. We got lightning strikes. Ego pre-program. Come on, let's go.
Been in the entertainment industry and been around some really powerful platinum selling artists, people who are A-listers, and watched the self-destruction of their life of what most people perceive what success is. Friend, I thought he had it all. Put a bullet into his brain. He had everything but himself. He wasn't connected. He wasn't connected. My friend, I thought he had it all. Put a bullet into his brain. He had everything but himself. He wasn't connected. He wasn't connected. He wasn't connected to God. He wasn't connected to himself, but he was connected to all of the things outside of him. That is a person that gives their power away. And that made me rethink what success is. And so I come back to the conversation. I had to create a game that I actually liked playing, not one that looked good to other people. One that I wanted to play that made the most sense for me, my future family, which I now have. And so I'm not playing the game by, let me accumulate all these things. I'm playing the game as, how can I be the highest vibration of myself? How can I be the greatest representation of who my daughter will marry one day? How can I be a pillar of a committed and devoted husband, be in a room with a bunch of beautiful women and still harness the covenant of myself and my wife without having energy leak out and things like that? It's a rare breed. I know that. And this is the life that I've chosen because that's my version of success.
I mean, wow. I'm going to let that breathe. My laptop is on 10% and I don't want it to die. So I'm going to have to unplug my mic. But I really want you to just sit with what he just said. Like, just think about that for a moment of what it means for the ego to run the show, right? His example of this guy, his friend, who he thought had it all, right? He had the cars, the women, the fame, the this, the that, and whatever. Only to find out that this man was absolutely miserable because he was not in alignment with the things. He was in alignment with what his ego wanted, what his ego thought would give him the love, the respect, and the self-fulfillment, but it just doesn't work that way. And this man ended up ending his life, unfortunately. Sorry, y'all. I got to unplug my mic. Y'all let me know if y'all can still hear me, okay, in a moment.